Here.
It is?
The mic is on.
Oh, here's white, okay.
Carol.
Hey, Dennis.
Hello.
Hello.
Got it for now.
All right, 2 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order with the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag, to the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For all.
Thank you. You've received the minutes of the October 18th meeting, and is there any discussion or motion for approval?
I make a motion for approval.
A second.
Okay, first one and the only one on the agenda today is for lot line revision for Eric Knappenberger. It's located on Oak Ridge Drive, it's Jonas Mountain, Phase 2, Penn Forest Township, it's zoned R2 low density residential. The total acreage of the combined lots will be 2.9074 acres. Water, on-lot water and sewer proposed. It's existing brush and wood covered land tract, moderate sloping conditions throughout, moderate severe sloping conditions throughout. On-site investigation revealed an existing drainage swale in the front of lot 47. That's not shown on the plan here. No other visible barriers toward development plan approval are noted. The plan is submitted does not conform to minor plan requirements per section 330. Plan is exempted from standard procedures of the Penn Forest subdivision. Penn Forest Township. Items that are not shown are the pavement width of Oak Ridge Drive not shown in the plan, sign statement by the surveyor responsible for the plan not provided, the plan not completed, space along the lower left edge of the sheet in order that the Carbon County recorder deeds may acknowledge the receipt and recording of plan when presented not provided. The signature block authorizing Penn Forest Township staff and consultants to enter upon and inspect the site for the purposes of conducting a review and determining the consistency with the requirements of Penn Forest, although not executed. Again, significant natural features, including but not limited to floodplains, ponds, lakes, streams, natural drainage swales, wooded areas, and here's the one, trees of greater than 8 inches in caliber. There's trees all over there that you could spend a year just trying to locate them. And the original signature should be placed directly on the plan. And all review comments, recommendations of the Penn Forest Township engineers should be addressed before final plan approval. And I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Discussion? Is there a motion for conditional plan approval?
So moved.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Conditional plan approval is granted.
All right, I ended up doing a letter of support for Jim Thorpe Memorial Park Project Phase 3. They've been doing multiple projects up there looking for grant funding. This was another one they applied to DPNR for grant funding. So if anybody has any more questions on that, just.
Sorry, I was moving.
So, yeah.
All right, my next one is Jim Thorpe Borough, the proposed draft zoning ordinance amendment. Basically, it should be amended to read as follows: single-family dwelling detached dwelling subject to the restrictions in this section below, and have any lot located within a half mile of Mock Chunk Lake, Mock Chunk Creek, or any stream or water course which does not have public or community sewage disposal available shall be subject to the restrictions set forth in this subsection. And any dwelling shall be located at least 1,000 feet from the edge of the lake, creek, stream, or water course. The on-lot sewage disposal system serving the dwelling shall be located at least 1,000 feet from the edge of the creek, lake, creek, or other stream or water course. The lot upon which the dwelling unit shall be located must be 5-acre lots. The width of the said lot at the street lot line at the building setback line must be at least 200 feet. And the lot shall have an available secondary absorption area approved by the borough SEO, which must be located at least 1,000 feet from the lake, creek or stream or water course, and this restriction is required to provide for a secondary on-lot system in the event the primary system should fail or become inoperable. The on-lot sewage septic tank must be pumped at least every 3 years at the property owner's expense, and the on-lot sewage disposal system must be inspected by the borough sewage enforcement officer at the time of tank pumping at the property owner's expense. A report from the SEO will provide it to the property owner and the borough, and the requirements of this section shall be included in any deed of conveyance. And in all other respects, the zoning ordinance shall be amended and shall remain the same as in full force and effect. I did send a letter to everybody on this board asking for comments and received none. So do you have any now? Because I did not do a letter to the borough. I'm going to recommend tabling this until I get further comments from the Carbon County Conservation District and the Fish and Game Commission, et cetera. I know when we did other developments, developer come in and he had to do the one permit for the stormwater runoff from all the driveways, things like that. And as he sold the lots, the people that bought the lot become co-permittees, and they had to sign a contract stating that they would watch all the runoff coming from the driveways going into the state highways and stuff like that. So I propose tabling this until next month's meeting, until they can get more information.
Need a motion for that?
Yes.
Is there a motion to table the proposed draft zoning for Jim Thorpe?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ordinance amendment is tabled till next month.
Great. The last one I have is for the land development. It's a minor subdivision, Beltsville Enterprises, Beltsville, or Poverty Garage, I'm sorry. And basically what they're doing is they have to go get a NIPSES permit. It's a national permit for discharge of water onto whatever areas. 6 lots that make up the Poverty Garage and apartment, which will be combined, re-subdivided into 2 lots to reduce the non-conforming conditions. Property is 8.37 acres, and what I had to do was sign a form through DEP, which everybody's going to be required to do for these Chapter 102 permits. And is there adopted county or multi-county comprehensive plan? And this is the copy here. Yes, if yes to 1, is the proposed project consistent with the county plan? And it's yes. Is there a DEP approved Act 167 stormwater management plan? Yes. And is it consistent with the plan without a waiver? Yes. And again, it's the date of the latest plan update approved by DEP, and the latest one they did was September 21st, 1995. So this was sent back to Deanna.
It will be.
Will be in DEP. And that is it.
All right, any old business or new business? Correspondence? If not, we have visitors. We welcome you to tell us anything you would like to.
Yeah, do you have the minutes from, I was trying to find them online and they weren't on there yet. And so my name is Eileen Rue, I don't know if you need to know that, I live in Carbon County in Albertsville. And when we went to the Penn Forest Township meeting that talked about this proposed zoning change that has to do with warehouses.
That was sent to the,
Excuse me?
that was sent to the township.
Oh, I'm sure it was. But the meeting at the township was very difficult to understand. I think people felt walking in the door that this was something that people, you know, they got the message that the township was changing the zoning ordinance and I'm gonna allow this to be a commercial site for warehouses. But then they said to us, that's not really what we're trying to do. We're trying to give it a zoning that it needs to have because so much land has to be set for that kind of property. And I guess that's a state rule that we don't understand, so I know you had a meeting about it, so.
I have my comments right here, and I pointed out that that lot right next to the township building, there's two separate lots.
On the side of the township building?
Yes,
Okay,
there's, I don't have that, I think I have the map here, but I pointed out that both of those lots are wetlands. There's an exceptional value stream running through there that was never brought up at this Penn Forest Township meeting.
they're both wetlands, and there's what an exception to? I'm sorry, I'm a little hard of hearing.
There's two streams, exceptional value stream go running through there, let me see. Stony Creek, exceptional value stream in wetland areas throughout the tax parcels, 35-51B5 and 3651A820, which will provide barriers towards development in PA, DEP, and Army Corps approvals. Soils mapping by Web Soil Survey, USDA government indicates 90% of the soils throughout that C1A areas are wetlands.
Can we get her a copy of the letter?
Yeah,
Okay. If you want to just stay
all
on
this
that
was
for a
sent out
minute.
to the township. They should have copies of this letter out there.
Okay, well, I don't know that we got it, but regardless of that.
You have to ask for it.
It was a very convoluted meeting because the place was packed. You couldn't even get in, there was standing room only, so, as I said, I think people thought this was something that was already done. And the way the township explained it is, it hasn't been done, but we're doing it to protect you all. We're changing the zoning so that, because there's a rule that says, and I think it's a state rule, nobody really clarified whose rule it is, that you have to have so much ground dedicated or so many acres dedicated in either a county or a township, I'll say the township, to allow for warehouses to be built.
Never heard of that. Ask them to provide black and white where that rule is.
Yes, we've never heard of that. Each municipality has to zone for all uses. And I'm looking on it's the municipality's planning code for Pennsylvania that sets these laws. And I've never heard of a size requirement or an acreage requirement. They're saying they have two sites zoned for industry and they need another one. And I never heard of that. As long as they zone for industry and cover all the zoning categories, then they've met the requirement.
What is zoning for industry?
Well, just
What,
zoning
is there
for
like
types.
R1, R2, is there like a code for zoning for industry?
It's on their zoning
It's
map
on
out
there.
at Penn Forest.
C1,
C1 is commercial, I think?
you need to zone for all uses, meaning residential, commercial, industrial. I don't have the list in front of me.
So you have to zone for it, but there's nothing that you're aware of that says there has to be, Penn Forest Township has to give up this amount of land that has to be zoned, whatever that zoning is, that allows warehouses to be built. That's what that's what we got out of the meeting,
That
more
it
or
was
less.
defensible, that it would be a defendable argument, that there was enough land provided for that use, as opposed to the two little areas that are provided now. It's not really a defendable argument that there's enough property available in Penn Forest. So if they gave two more areas a C1, that would be more defendable and easier to regulate, because as it stands now, there aren't any regulations in place of real value for the C1 areas that are already designated in Penn Forest.
They called it exclusionary zoning, and then they said they were attempting to put the township defensible. We just didn't understand it, and we thought, I knew
I
it was
explained this to
discussed.
the one supervisor out there.
Okay.
He gave a
I believe you did.
hypothetical. And basically what I said is, how can you zone wetlands in exceptional value streams knowing that you cannot build on it? That's not defensible.
Okay.
And also, there was the wall at the door at the meeting that already let it be known that they're interested in the area of Stony Mountain Road to be used as a C1, where the high tension wires and pipelines are. That they're already.
There's a lot of legal questions out there that you're gonna have to deal with the solicitor out there. About non-conforming lots, the township still owns the lots. How can they grant certain things to them when they still own it and they're not the developer? So you're gonna have to talk with them out there.
So that one last property that we're talking about on Stony Mountain, that it's under agreement of sale to, I'm saying, it's a fact, their lawyer was there for,
Well, they can't change the zoning while it's,
the lawyer for the company that's trying to buy that acreage there. I guess it was supposed to be a golf course years ago and they never finished it or completed it or whatever happened, I don't know, I didn't live here then.
All right, okay.
And that is this property, and it is under agreement of sale to a company that is International Warehouse Builders. So right now, it says it's R2 zoning on it. I printed out the information from the Carbon County GIS. And how can they put warehouses in R2?
That's up to your supervisor.
Oh, it's up, okay, it's up to the.
They grant a variance or whatever. That's the old potato farm over there.
I don't, it's a
Yeah,
potato farm? I don't know, all I know it was supposed to be a golf course. Previously, some person who owned the land wanted to make it a golf course, but that never happened for various, whatever reasons.
I know there's at least 4 subdivision land development plans submitted to this office back in the 70s, 80s, and they're all rejected.
For the golf course,
For everything.
for anything.
Yeah.
So,
it's wetlands, is that, and exceptional value streams?
Not on that side.
Not on
that's
that side.
outside they were talking about at the
Okay.
meeting that everybody came to and up in arms. So the property on Stony Mountain is,
It's wetlands.
no, it's not wetlands, right? No, it's not Stony Mountain.
Yes.
Excuse me?
There's
Yes.
parts of it that are.
Parts of it are, okay. All right, so is besides for Penn Forest Township, does Carbon County also have to oversee and review and permit things, or is strictly the township?
We do not permit anything. We review and recommend. Township supervisors has the final say.
Okay. And anything else? That was really what we came about, because we're really
And what was your recommendation?
super upset.
For what?
For the C1 planning,
Well, that would have been in your minutes, right?
Right.
From last meeting? You discussed it at the last meeting, I believe. I saw
Yes,
it on your
we looked at
agenda.
Everything,
But we,
everything went out to the,
what was your,
It wasn't on the website because they didn't approve it yet. I cannot put the minutes on the website.
Oh, okay,
until
for the
they-
last
Yeah.
meeting, they're not gonna be, because I know it was on your agenda, so I know you discussed it.
Right,
That's why, another reason why we came,
but
because,
we can't post it until. it's
so you all
approved by the
approve
board.
it, and then it'll be there.
yeah, we put, in closing, the Carbon County Planning Commission, Office of Planning and Development, the Carbon County Planning Commission cannot recommend approval of this proposed waiver or zoning amendment based on our observations stated above.
and the observation was the stream and the
It's
wetlands?
all pointed out in this letter. We believe the area proposed for the C1A zoning district, which would allow the development of warehousing, storage, distribution center, and trucking company terminals as unsuitable due to the existing environmental impacts that development of these land tracts would have on the existing stream and wetland areas. Period. Sent out to them.
If I might, those minutes will be posted within 48 hours.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
those
Last
are,
month.
oh, so then they're already
They're already
posted?
posted.
If that was the previous month, they're already posted
Well,
on
she
the
said they had to
Carbon
get
County
approved.
webpage?
They just were approved now.
October, they had to approve, they just
Just
approved.
said Ivan, yeah, that's what I said. We just
Oh, we just-
approved
yeah, we
it.
just-
That's why I said we have 48 hours to post them on the
right,
website.
so we didn't, I couldn't
I'm
find.
Commissioner Lukasevich, so if they're not up in 48 hours,
Okay.
give me a call. I'll get them
I
to you.
believe you.
All right?
Fine.
All right.
And that other report you're talking about there, that's something that we could get access to from,
Penn Forest supervisors, Penn Forest Township, this letter was sent to them.
It was disingenuous, the response they gave.
letter was sent to Penn Forest Township from Carbon County Board of
It
Supervisors.
went out October 19th, it went in the mail.
Okay, and it was about the zoning that we're talking about.
Yep.
Okay,
It went to Dana Vitale, Township Secretary.
yeah, she's a secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here, because we're trying to figure out what's right and wrong and what's going on, and we're really upset. And, you know, we have enough tractor trailers going down Old Stage Road, which runs right through telemedicine trails. And they're hugely gigantic, the longest possible tractor trailer. We have houses on that road. And I thought, you know, well, you know the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to do what we can to follow it along with our township, and I guess here too. If there's something to keep up with, we would like to.
We appreciate your concern, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else to,
Hi, Carol Etheridge. Can I sit or do I need to stand for the camera?
Good, we can see you're on it. Yeah.
All right. Carol Etheridge, Mahoning Township. Your chairman, Carbon County Planning Commission members and guests, thank you for the opportunity to speak here today. I'm going to go off my notes here so I don't miss anything. If you'd like a copy of the notes, please let me know and I will share a copy with you. Regarding the proposed development with on-site septic and zoning ordinance amendment near Mock Chunk Lake Park. So this is something that we just touched on earlier in the meeting. I will be brief. I hope the Planning Commission members had the opportunity to review the letter that I delivered to the Commissioner's office in October. So I did deliver a letter to the Commissioner's office in October. I don't know if that was shared with this commission or not. No, okay. Okay, so I'll need to do that. To clarify, David G. Mandelbaum, Esquire, prepared most of the content in the letter. My comments today amplify my personal views. We can all agree that Mock Chunk Lake Park and the surrounding area possess a special beauty and a unique wilderness character. The specialness of the place is why my husband and I purchased our forever home on 35 acres on the other side of the lake in Mahoning Township 9 years ago. We enjoy a 10-minute drive to Mock Chunk Lake along East White Bear Drive, and we spend many days there fishing, kayaking, and swimming. So we really enjoy the opportunity to spend time at the lake. We discovered this area after my husband Steve retired from the Air Force. At that time, we were stationed in Denver, Colorado, and we were really tired of the congestion and overcrowding and pollution of Denver. His parents live in Luzerne County, so we thought, great, we both love the outdoors. Let's move to northeastern Pennsylvania. And we had a lot of different places to look at. One of the places we looked at was Lake Harmony for homes. But boy, it was too overcrowded and too much traffic. So we said, no, let's look somewhere else. And that's where we found our forever home. Mock Chunk Lake Park makes it so wonderful for us to live here. We're 10 minutes away. We can get out there and enjoy it and not have to wrestle with traffic or a lot of crowds. It's a wonderful resource. And it's an essential amenity for our region, not just for Jim Thorpe Borough. Mock Chunk Lake Park is a county park. The Middle Carbon County Comprehensive Plan on the Jim Thorpe Borough website recognizes the regional significance of Mock Chunk Lake and the park in various places, with emphasis on the importance of water quality within the lake and the entire Mock Chunk Creek watershed. As I mentioned earlier, Steve and I live a 10-minute drive from Mock Chunk Lake in one direction and 10 minutes from Walmart in the other. I love the convenience of being so close to Walmart. I'm not against development. What I'm concerned about is keeping special places and watersheds special so that we, our children and their families can enjoy them forever. So the proposed development is in an area zoned to maintain the wild integrity of the area around Mock Chunk Lake, including the water quality, scenery, and wildlife. Cutting down trees, clearing lands, building roads, adding houses will change everything. I am proud that Pennsylvania has an environmental rights amendment in the Constitution's Bill of Rights. It reads, "The people have a right to clean air, pure water, and to the preservation of the natural, scenic, historic, and aesthetic values of the environment." Pennsylvania's public natural resources are the common property of all the people, including generations yet to come. As a trustee of these resources, the Commonwealth shall conserve and maintain them for the benefit of all the people. I am so proud that we have that environmental rights amendment, but I'm also proud that over 81% of Carbon County voters recently approved a referendum to protect water farms and land. That is so exciting. The importance of the Mock Chunk Creek watershed to water quality and the health of the Lehigh River can't be overstated. So we are so fortunate to have a gem in our backyard, and let's protect what we have. I ask you to please keep the Mock Chunk Lake area special. Thank you.
We do have you did submit that letter to the commissioners? Or?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, we appreciate your concern. I'm sure we share it as well. Thank you. Anyone else who wish to?
Sure, I'll chime in. I'm Carol's husband, Steve, and I'm a board member and former president of Lehigh River Stocking Association. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a nonprofit organization that stocks fish in the river, but we also do water quality and tributary surveys and water studies between Glenanoco and Northampton on roughly 28 miles of the river. And the reason we do that is to promote public awareness about issues that have the potential to damage the Lehigh River, both as a recreational resource and an economic resource. And I'm sure we're all aware that the river and nature-related tourism bring an estimated $40 million in our area each year. So that brings me to the ideas about changing zoning ordinances for development near Mock Chunk Lake. I know that Mock Chunk Creek is one of the best tributaries in the Lehigh River. It's one of the coldest and one of the cleanest, so it's essential to the health of the watershed. And so we're particularly concerned about it for that reason, and I think it was recently designated as an exceptionally high-value stream as well. So with that in mind, I'm just stating that the Lehigh River Stocking Association is very concerned about the development. And is my understanding correct that the land that we're talking about was set aside as special use, designated to be protected from development?
No, not according to the Jim Thorpe zoning ordinance.
Okay.
It's special exception. And on the side that they're on is R2.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Anyone else there? There's one person left. You're staying.
No, do you want to say something? No. Can I just ask one question though to come off of that real quick about that referendum that just passed by 81%? Hooray. Is there some way to follow or somewhere to follow how that's going to go, like where that will be designated and how it will be used?
I think I can answer some of that.
You're the expert on that.
What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, thank you.
The referendum question was put on the ballot by the commissioners in a sense to test the waters to see what the interest is of the electorate. And the 82.71% was an amazing amount. So the next step is the commissioners need to decide if they're going to establish a program.
Okay.
So that's the next step.
Okay.
And if they establish the program, they're going to set up an advisory board.
Okay.
There's two components to it. There's an agricultural easement program, of which the county and Dave Bodner here, the county planner, manages. That's already in place.
Okay.
We would be writing up guidelines for the open space portion of this. But it just happened.
I know.
So I'm sure though that the commissioners have things posted on the web and publicly. So if this all happens, I don't want to be presumptuous,
Okay.
then everything will be made public. There will be public disclosures, as it says in that 75-word referendum. I'm sure maybe not everyone read the whole thing. That there will be an advisory board, there will be an annual audit, and everything will be made public of all that's done.
The website's although it's pretty neatly organized, I found it easier to use than others. So would that come under the subheading of planning? Or like you say, this information will be disseminated on the website where?
That's a good
Any
question.
idea?
I don't know that that's been
Okay.
decided yet.
So we could check back on that in a couple months, or I don't know how long these things take. I know we just voted last week, but
Maybe 60 to 90 days.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, thank you for that.
Thank you, we appreciate all your comments, and we'll consider them. One more. Yes, sir.
Quick point of clarification, so the letter that I provided to the Commissioner's office, I also provided to the Jim Thorpe Borough Council office. I hand-delivered copies in October. So when comments were elicited from the Jim Thorpe Borough Council, this letter did not come forward or was not revealed because it was written by me and it was drafted with partnership of an attorney, an environmental rights attorney, that did not surface.
Did you get it? I haven't.
Did you share it with the planning office?
I hand-delivered letters to each member of Jim Thorpe Borough Council. I had copies for each one of them and a copy to the Jim Thorpe Borough Council Planning Commission.
Oh, well, I would have no idea if Jim Thorpe got it or not,
Okay.
or.
So when
They
we
did
asked
with
for comments from Jim Thorpe, they had no comments? Is that kind of, or,
I don't, we wouldn't know that.
okay, okay,
It should be under their
I
correspondence.
think they do have the zoning meeting
Okay.
tonight.
okay. So I will make sure I provide a letter here as well. And do I do that with Kathy or? Okay.
Yeah, send it to Kathy and it'll be distributed.
What they don't tell me is a move for adjournment.
We had to wait.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.